Hey AP Stats students, in this instructional video we will be discussing probability in combining independent random variables. When doing statistics, you will often have to take samples from a population. In order to ensure that the data best illustrates the distribution of the population, you must take a random sample from the population. There are multiple ways to select random samples. The simplest way is an SRS. This consists of assigning each subject a number and using a random number generator to select the amount of numbers you need without replacement. To use the number generator on your TI-84, push the button labeled Math, scroll to the tab labeled Probability, and select option number 5, labeled Random Integer. The corresponding subjects with their number chosen will be your random sample. One may also use the hat method, in which all subjects are represented and chosen at random, using hats and slips of paper. When using a method to randomly select participants or assign treatments, the acronym ARS can be quite helpful, which stands for assign, in other words how you will assign a number to each subject, repeats, disregard repeat numbers if using a random number generator or table of random digits, skips, when using a table of random digits, skip numbers that do not have a subject assigned to them, and end, state how many unique results you will need to generate using your method. In this example, we see the assign step being performed, in which each participant is randomly assigned a number. From the numbers assigned, we can infer that there are likely at least 9,842 subjects in this study. In this example, we see both repeats and skips addressed, as the repeats of the numbers 7 and 5 are disregarded, and numbers that do not correspond to the participants, in other words, numbers outside of the range of 1 through 5, are also disregarded. It is unlikely that we have ended yet, however, as there are still subjects left who have not been chosen. When performing a simulation or experiment, remember the state, plan, do, conclude method, where the question of interest is stated, the procedure for conducting the simulation is planned out, the procedure is then carried out to the desired number of results, and finally, a conclusion about the question of interest is drawn based upon the results of the simulation. Next, we will talk about independence and dependence in probability. If a probability is independent of another probability, their outcomes will have no effect on one another. If A and B are independent events, then the probability of A given B equals the probability of A, and the probability of B given A equals the probability of B. If this is not true, A and B are dependent. An example would be rolling a die and flipping a coin. Knowing the outcome of one won't help you predict the outcome of the other. And now on to our final topic, combining independent random variables. The mean of the sum of two independent random variables is the sum of their means, and the mean of the difference of two independent random variables is the difference of their means. The variance, recall that variance is the standard deviation squared, of the sum or difference of two independent random variables is the sum of their variances. A common misconception is that the variance of the difference of two independent random variables is found by subtracting their variances, but you must always remember to add for both the variance of the sum and the difference of two independent random variables. If you want more practice on combining independent random variables, I would recommend looking at problem number 3 from the 2013 AP Statistics FRQ section. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you review.